Hi folks, my name is Akash, and in this particular video, we will be going to dive into the real world use cases on the array concepts. Okay, so in the previous video, we understood about what is an array, and in this particular video, what I am trying to break it down is overview of a use cases in the if you find interesting, and then I will break it down will broader as perspective about how this use cases this arrays will break it down and how the things will be going to work upon. Okay, all right, so this are data structures you will be understanding where you will be going to use. All right, so what is the real world use cases that you will be able to understand in this particular video. All right, so my particular agenda in this particular thing is it's all about to understand, okay, to understand the real world use cases through the concepts I have explained in previous video. And in this particular two, if you like this particular overview, then I will be going to dive into the real world use cases. Okay, so then only I will be making such kind of a content, folks. So let me know, I mean, comment down below. So if you like this particular use cases, then I will be recording this particular videos. Okay, so do like and share and subscribe to my channel if you like the such content, basically real world use cases. All right, so let's dive into the whiteboard. Okay folks, so that I will be break it down towards that specifically. All right, so let's get started. Okay, let's get started. Okay, all right, so now let's suppose whenever I am talking about the real world use cases, I am breaking down based upon data science, machine learning domain, web development domain, and app development domain, and the DevOps. Basically these things I am tech stack, I am just uh, tech stack, I am going to dive into greater details, like how these things you will be understanding based upon the things. Okay, don't underestimate the power of arrays, basically folks. Okay, so I am explaining you based upon the tech stack. Okay, based upon the tech stack where it is this particular array concepts is going to use basically. All right, so dsnml, okay, data science and machine learning. Okay, so where in that particular case where they are using basically. Okay, all right, so you understand like that broader perspective, basically understanding. Okay, so now then we will be going to dive into the real world use cases with respect to the web dev, how it is going to use, and in the respect to the app dev, how the arrays are more useful, the things. Okay, all right, so and next thing we'll be going to dive into in broader perspective with respect to the DevOps, where the arrays concepts will going to fit into this particular ideology and picture basically. All right, so I hope you understood what's an agenda in this particular overview of particular video. Okay, so now we will be going to dive into the greater details in the next particular concept here. All right, so we'll be going to discuss that since. All right, okay. Okay, okay. Now, with respect to the data science and machine learning, folks, okay, what are the real world use case you can think of? Okay, so let's dive into the particular use case itself. Okay, so in this particular scenario, you would have understood about the financial analytics, right? Stock prices, you heard about it, right? This company has grown this much amount of things, right? Okay, all right. So I hope you understood like stock analysis, stock prices of specific company, how much stocks, how much price it is. It at this time, how much price of that particular Reliance that may be at particular time. What is a stock prices this particular Tata company, right? Tata, Birla, right? I'm just giving you the overview analysis basically, folks, so to you will get understanding in greater details when we talk about these concepts. Okay, all right. So now daily stock price, how the things, let's suppose today is 20 20 20 28, right? 28 January. So what is the price of this Infosys? What is the stock prices of Tata, TCS, right? So you can think of like this basically. Okay, this time series data, this array facilitate in analyzing and predicting the stock trends over a time. Okay, so it is what we are doing. We are trying to find it what is the stock price of this day and what is the price costing, right? There we will be using this arrays concept basically. Okay, so uh, stock trends over a time, what is the investment decision, how much price and how much you invested and how much that particular stock has grown. All right, so to store certain kind of values, we want this arrays concepts basically. So now this is a one dimension array time series data. Okay, in this time, and you can think of another way, climate changes, right? For this climate changes, whether what amount of it at this time, what is the climate, what is the degree temperature or centigrade or something, right? So for this particular time, uh, how much is the temperature, right? To store certain kind of things, arrays is a concept where you will learn about it. Okay, so this is a use case you can think of and correlate the things, one dimension array basically. So this is a 1D. Okay, so I'm break it down as a 1D array. We will first understand the use case, then we'll try to correlate the things so that you will understand in greater details. Okay, this is about the 1D part. So now we're going to discuss about second dimensional use case. Second dimension, you know about rows and columns, right? So in this particular use case, we'll try to understand about image processing, right? You have heard about the image processing, right? Image processing use case. In this particular thing, we have to think about the image processing. So what it will involves, basically the pixel values, right? Whatever, let's suppose you captured the image, right? Each particular thing will be represented by the pixel values, right? Each particular frame will be representing by the pixel values, right? A two-dimension array is a crucial here, representing an image, right? For this particular frame, what is a particular value, what this particular frame, what is this is particular value, right? Are you understanding, right? For each row corresponding to the pixel, rows and columns, right? Are you understanding? Are you correlate the things, how the this particular use case is about to understand, right? I hope you understood. This array will facilitate various image enhancement analysis techniques, right? So this is a particular use case about the second dimensional array in image processing use case. Okay, I will give you the another example for third dimension, three dimensional, in the particular of medical sector, that is MRI images. Okay, MRI images. Okay, all right, are you able to understand? So till now the use cases about it, I hope you understanding the things and you are understanding how things is important right now using the arrays concept basically. Okay, without having certain understanding use cases, you will not getting the motivation to learn this concept. what I believe, that is my perspective. I hope you understand my ideology as well. All right. So medical imaging contains such as MRI scans, right? MRI scans will contains three-dimensional data, right? MRI scans contains the three-dimensional data. Who is a doctor, he will be able to understand this particular use case in greater details. So in this particular channel, anyone wants to understand, like, it contains the scans the three-dimensional data, okay? 3D data, 3D data, three-dimensional data it will be, okay? And in the second dimension, folks, you can think of this, there is a photographer, okay? He is taking into the different dimensions, right? You can correlate this cricket matches, how they are zooming, and they are taking it into the different angles, right? Are you unable to understand this particular things? You will be able to see around you. Basically, if you see the data science and machine learning, this is a thing, this is a real world use case. You can think of the things, okay? 3D data, basically MRI scans 3D data, basically three-dimensional data, uh, three-dimensional data, and each dimension of an array representing spatial coordinates. Okay, they have some coordinates like 0, 1, 0.1 to this range, this range. If you have seen the, like, radio doctors, okay, radiology doctors, uh, they will be checking the each and every dimension of your bone, okay? Let's suppose they have scan, okay, particular thing. They will be checking how, what is the dislocation angle of the particular bone particular things, right? So you will be correlating that representation of a structure within the body, aiding in diagnostic and treatment and planning. This is a particular concept that Rees will going to put into the greater details. All right. So this is a particular, you have to understand and correlate the things. Okay, so this is where the three-dimensional data in the data science and machine learning sector, this will be playing a major role. All right, so now rest part is the rest of all. Now we'll be going to dive into the web development sector. We will be try to understand what are the use cases we can relate this arrays concept with respect to the web dev sector. Alright, so let's dive into the web dev sector into the three categories. Right now, in one dimension array, what you can think of the things, okay? For the two dimension array, what are the use case you can think of in the case in the sector of web development, okay? Software engineer you can call, whatever you can call it as, like that. Okay, so we can understand, so that you will understand, correlate the things. Let's say in one dimension array, usernames in chat application, right? Let's suppose you can think of sign up, right? There is a username and password, right? Username in a chat application, right? In a chat application, in 1D array can store username, right? Streamlined user identification and communication, like, it facilitates what? Easy retrieval, right? Manageable of management of participant in chat sessions. You can think of chat application, okay? Whatever the username is there, so we can store using one dimensional arrays, okay? That all the things will be in the strings, right? If you have watched the previous video, you will able to understand what is a particular arrays concept is about, okay? Chat application, where you can correlate these things, huh? You can take a use case of a chat gpt, right? Where you are sign upping with the Google or anything, so it is storing somewhere, right? It is storing into the, it is authenticating with the Google, with the medium of Google. They are storing somewhere into the database or something, okay? Database, don't think of it like, for storing the data we need this one dimension array concept, okay? So my main objective is to understand where arrays are used, where real world use case is very important. Okay, no one is talking in the YouTube channel about this, folks. Okay, so that I'm trying to drill down the data structure with respect to the use cases. Okay, even you take off any of the programs, they will be not going to teach you this particular type of a content. You will never get this type of a content. Okay, all right. So two dimension array, tabular data in block. Okay, when managing the comments on a blog, there is a two-dimensional array can store the user information. There will be a timestamp and a comment content. Okay, at what time that particular comment has been done, has been posted, right? If you have seen about the retrieval of the comments, if you just see in the LinkedIn as well, like if you have posted some content, you have posted a content. Okay, so for the managing certain content, we will be using managing the comment on a blog or a comment on a LinkedIn. That is nothing but a two-dimensional array there will be going to use. Okay, you can think of the blog article or a post which you are posting over the Instagram or anything. Okay, blog, you can think of like that. Okay, this is structured format enables the efficient, it will efficient for the organization and retrieval of the comments. Okay, all right, I hope you understood about this particular use case. And second thing is how you can correlate with graphic design tools. Okay, like graphic design tools often deal with three-dimensional color data. Each dimension in an array can be represented by the pixel values over the color composition in the digital design. If you have think about like combination, if you want particular color to be logo should be white color with orange with the combinations, then you can go with this particular three-dimensional data. So it will be representing this kind of a like three-dimensional array. You have to think about it. Okay, so like this basically, folks, this is a particular use case for web dev. And in the next particular use case, we will be going to drill down this particular things, basically respect to the app development basically. Okay, like an app development, what you can think of the arrays. Okay, so you can think about the 1D, 2D and 3D. Okay, in the one dimensional array, what are the use case that can come? Like let's suppose you are building a to-do list app. Okay, let's say consider of you are booking uh, particular groceries, right? Let's suppose to-do list apps is a one-dimensional array. To store is the task, simple structure. What it is doing? So let's say you added a particular. Let's suppose you are going to the Zomato app, and you picked one particular food. Okay, you added into the cart, right? You added into the cart, and you removed it, right? You added to the cart and removed it because you don't want this particular things. Okay, so like just this understand this particular thing is helpful in understanding the 1D arrays. Okay, I have just given a simple example, folks. Okay, like in the to do task, what you will do if you just open the notepad or any notes app, to do list app. So whatever you do, you take the content, you will write that particular content that you wanted. Okay, you will add it and save it. Okay, it will get saved into your notes app. And whenever you want, you can delete it and you can remove it. You can, whenever you want, you can take it, right? This is a thing which you can correlate the app development in the one dimension array basically. Okay, so where you are using the usage of arrays is more thing, right? So let's suppose if you wanted to think about the two-dimensional array, you can think about the calendar events, right? Calendar app may use in two-dimensional array to store the events. Okay, to store the events such as date and time details. Then that also, this format also allows for efficient organization with retrieval of events such as supporting a well structured calendar interface, right? So let's suppose for this particular day, what is the thing? Let's suppose there is a Ramnavami, there is a public holiday, right? There is a certain events can be happened. Okay, so this is a, you can correlate the two dimensionary with respect to the app development basically. And if you wanted to think of the uh, three dimension in app development, then it is an AR, VR, virtual reality games, right? Like this is secondly, we talked about to-do list, we talked about the calendar app, and third 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 three-dimensional array, we are thinking about the what three dimension, what we are doing thinking about. See here, just a minute, what happened? Okay, all right. So this is a calendar app. Third dimension, what we are going to talk about is basically augmented reality. You are like playing the games as if you are playing a real world game, but really you are doing using the movements of your hands or something, right? So this is a particular thing. We are oftenly deal with three-dimensional spatial data, where three-dimensional can be representing the mapping data, unable to app to understand the interact and physical environment in real time. So to understand what are the movements that you are doing, that app will correlate with that, so that it is a three-dimensional data basically. So if you wanted to understand about the DevOps, right? So who are not in the things, folks? Okay, so DevOps, in the DevOps you can correlate these things into the three categories: 1D, 2D, and 3D. Okay, so like let's suppose in the one dimension, you can think about server logs, monitoring, system check, and that can be stored in the one dimension array, right? So server logs crucial for monitoring, right? And that whatever the health checkups, like how the things is, that performance is how it is, so that all the things can be stored in the one dimension array basically. So this simplifies the how the log analysis, how the, like, is there any hacking thing is happening or not, right? Is the robust and secure platform or not? Okay, so this all the information will be going to store into the server, that can be represented in the one dimension array. Okay, so okay, are you able to understand, right? So in, if you wanted to think about more, right, two dimension arrays, like let's suppose how if you are a developer, you will able to understand, like you have to configure your dev environment for different environment, like dev staging. If you have worked about the Git and GitHub, then you will be able to understand this two dimensional. Okay, you can correlate that. This aids for efficient management of settings, promoting the consistency across the diverse, like how the your dev environment is stable, whether it is a beta version or alpha version or a stable version. Okay, so that you can think about efficient management of consistency of your dev environments basically. Okay, so this is particular thing. In three dimension array, you can think about more complex network configuration, which involves topology with the data on the servers basically, routes, firewalls, everything. It related to the cloud environment, folks. Okay, so if you have worked on the app like backend kind of a things, then you will understand about the DevOps. Okay, so which particular thing you have not understood, let me know in the comment section. So I will dive into in the greater details about the use cases. If you want more detail about the use cases, I like comment down below. If you want greater detail about the use cases, then I will make sure that I will be creating such content basically, folks. This is about it, folks. This is about the use cases that I wanted to explain with you, folks. Okay, thank you for seeing this particular video, and we will be going to get another particular video with a nice concept. All right, thanks folks. That's it about this video, folks. In the next video we'll be going to discuss with a new concept and with greater concept. Okay, so that's it about this video.